Imagine transforming your garden this September without spending a fortune. And all the secret tools and little gems you need are waiting for you at Dollar Tree. Yes, you heard me right. 20 things you should be buying this month that will make your garden bloom, glow, and thrive in ways you never expected. Stick around, because number 17 is going to completely blow your mind. Hey there, garden lovers. Welcome back to Garden Homes, the place where we help you create beautiful, budget-friendly gardens that feel like magic without breaking the bank. And if you're new here, a very warm welcome. You've just joined a community of people who love turning outdoor spaces into personal paradises, one clever tip at a time. Before we dive into these amazing finds, make sure to hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you never miss a trick to make your garden look incredible. And hey, give this video a thumbs up if you're ready to discover Dollar Tree's hidden gems for September. 1. Miniature garden planters. Have you ever walked past something ordinary in a store and thought, this could actually be magic in my garden? That's exactly what Dollar Tree's miniature garden planters are. At first glance, they might look tiny and simple, but don't let that fool you. These little pots are perfect for turning a plain windowsill, balcony, or patio corner into a miniature paradise. Imagine a small herb corner with basil, thyme, or mint thriving in these planters. Or picture a whimsical fairy garden complete with tiny figurines, moss, and succulents, all popping beautifully in these dollar store finds. And here's the fun part. With a touch of creativity, maybe some acrylic paint, washi tape, or even a sprinkle of glitter, you can elevate these little planters into high-end looking decor pieces that no one would guess came from a dollar store. Because they're compact, you can mix and match colors, patterns, and styles without overwhelming your space or your budget. Stack them, hang them, or line them up along a railing. You're not just planting, you're creating a little garden story, one tiny pot at a time. And the best part? You're getting that luxury garden vibe for almost nothing, while adding a personal, creative touch that's all your own. 2. Solar-powered string lights. Next up, let's talk about something that can completely transform the mood of your garden after sunset. Dollar Tree's solar-powered string lights. Now, you might be thinking, string lights? I've seen those everywhere. But here's the secret. The way you use them makes all the difference. These little lights are perfect for draping over garden fences, winding around planters, or creating a glowing canopy above your patio. Imagine stepping outside on a warm evening, and your garden is bathed in soft, twinkling light that makes the space feel magical, almost like a scene from a storybook. And here's a tip most people don't know. You can combine multiple sets to create layers of lighting, or even weave them into hanging plant arrangements to give your greenery a subtle, enchanting glow. Because they're solar-powered, there's no need for extra wiring or outlets, making it super easy to experiment with placement and create different moods in your garden. The best part? You're achieving a dreamy, high-end look that people pay big bucks for at fancy outdoor stores. Yet you're doing it for just $1 per set. It's the perfect combination of budget-friendly and Instagram-worthy, giving your garden a warm, inviting vibe that will make everyone linger a little longer when they visit. 3. Decorative plant stakes. Now, let's dive into something small but incredibly powerful. Dollar Tree's decorative plant stakes. At first glance, they might look like tiny, simple sticks with little ornaments. But trust me, these are the unsung heroes of a garden's personality. Picture your favorite flowers or potted herbs. Now, imagine adding colorful stakes shaped like butterflies, birds, or even abstract patterns. Suddenly, each plant has its own little story, a touch of charm that makes your garden feel lively and curated. These stakes aren't just for decoration either. They can help support delicate stems, guide climbing plants, or even mark your herbs so you never confuse basil with mint again. Here's a fun idea. Gather a few different shapes and colors and create a theme for your garden section. Maybe a whimsical fairy corner, or a tropical vibe with bright florals. You can even repurpose the stakes and planters indoors to add a pop of color and personality. And the best part? For just $1, you're adding a finishing touch that many garden stores charge 5 to 10 times more for, instantly elevating the look of your space while keeping it fun, personal, and completely budget-friendly. 4. Mini watering cans. Let's move on to something that is both practical and incredibly charming. Dollar Tree's mini watering cans. Now, don't underestimate these beauties. They may be small, but they are perfect for keeping your potted plants hydrated without overwatering. And they add an instant decorative touch to any garden setup. Imagine having a collection of these tiny watering cans lined up on your shelf or beside your herb garden. They look like miniature works of art, and you can even paint them or label them for a playful or elegant effect. And here's a little secret. They're ideal for indoor plants too. Instead of using a large, clunky tool, these mini cans give you precision and control, making it easier to nurture delicate seedlings or small succulents. Plus, you can get creative. Turn them into planters themselves. Fill them with soil and tiny plants or succulents, and suddenly, what was once just a tool becomes a unique, eye-catching piece of decor. For just $1, you're getting versatility, style, and a practical gardening tool, all in one. Something that feels boutique but doesn't break the bank. 5. Garden gloves with fun prints. Next up, let's talk about something every gardener needs: garden gloves. But not just any gloves. Dollar Tree offers gloves with fun prints, vibrant colors, and even cute patterns that make gardening feel a little more like play and a lot less like work. Think about it. Slipping on gloves that not only protect your hands from thorns and dirt, but also add a pop of personality to your garden routine. You can have a pair with floral prints, bright stripes, or whimsical designs that make even the toughest gardening chores a little more enjoyable. And here's the beauty of them. Because they're light and flexible, you can handle delicate seedlings, prune flowers, or plant tiny herbs without struggling. Here's a creative twist. Match your gloves to your garden theme or even your outdoor decor. You'll be surprised how much something as small as gloves can uplift the entire gardening experience. Plus, at just $1, they're an inexpensive way to add style, safety, and a little joy to your everyday gardening. It's one of those small finds that make a huge difference in both practicality and aesthetics. 6. Plant Mister Spray Bottles. Now let's talk about a little tool that can make a big difference for your plants. Dollar Tree's Plant Mister Spray Bottles. At first glance, they might seem simple, but these tiny misters are perfect for keeping humidity-loving plants happy and healthy, especially indoor greenery like ferns, orchids, and succulents. Picture this: a delicate fern in the corner of your living room. Instead of drenching it with a full watering can and risking overwatering, you give it a gentle mist every morning. That soft spray keeps the leaves fresh, vibrant, and thriving. And the versatility is incredible. You can also use these bottles to lightly water seedlings, clean leaves, or even give air plants a refreshing boost. Here's a pro tip. Personalize them. Label each bottle with the plant type, or add a touch of color with washi tape. Not only does it make your gardening routine more organized, but it also adds a fun, decorative touch to your plant corner. For just $1, you're not just buying a spray bottle, you're investing in healthier plants, easier care, and a little bit of joy in every mist. 7. Decorative pebbles and stones. Now let's talk about something that seems small but can completely transform the look of your garden: Dollar Tree's decorative pebbles and stones. These little gems are more than just fillers. They're the secret ingredient that turns ordinary pots, pathways, or garden beds into stunning high-end displays. Imagine lining your potted plants with smooth, colorful pebbles, or creating a tiny Zen garden right on your patio. They add texture, contrast, and that polished, Instagram-worthy look without spending a fortune. And here's a clever trick. Mix different sizes and colors for a layered effect, or use them to cover the soil in planters to help retain moisture while giving your plants a clean, finished look. But it doesn't stop there. You can get really creative. Use the stones to spell out words in your garden, make small garden mosaics, or even use them as decorative markers for herbs and flowers. For just $1, you're adding style, functionality, and a touch of artistry that most people think costs a small fortune. It's these little touches that make a garden feel thoughtfully curated and uniquely yours. 8. Mini garden tools. Let's talk about a find that's small in size but huge in usefulness: Dollar Tree's mini garden tools. You might be thinking, mini? Will they even work? And the answer is yes, perfectly for certain tasks. These tiny tools are ideal for potted plants, container gardens, or even delicate indoor plants where a big shovel or trowel would be overkill. And picture this, you're repotting a tiny succulent or planting herbs in a small planter. A mini trowel, rake, or spade makes it so much easier to handle without disturbing the surrounding soil. And the bonus? Because they're so compact, you can carry them around effortlessly, keep them in your gardening bag, or even use them for creative planting projects with kids. Here's a little secret. These tools aren't just practical, they can be customized. Add a bit of washi tape to the handles, paint them, or even label them for your different plant types. Suddenly, they're not just tools, they're cute, functional accessories that make gardening more fun and organized. And all of this comes at just $1 per tool, giving you the perfect balance of budget-friendly and high-quality utility. 9. Twine and garden string. Next on our list is something deceptively simple but incredibly useful. Dollar Tree's twine and garden string. You might walk past it and think it's just a roll of string, but in your garden, it's a versatile tool that can save you time, protect plants, and even add a decorative touch. Think about this. You can use twine to support young tomato plants, tie up climbing vines, or create a neat row for seedlings. It's perfect for training plants to grow where you want them without the heavy investment in pricey plant supports. And here's a little creative twist. Use the twine to hang lightweight planters, create DIY garden trellises, or even craft decorative plant markers. The beauty is that you're not just buying string, you're buying flexibility, creativity, and functionality all rolled into one simple item. And because it's only $1, you can buy multiple rolls for different projects without worrying about cost, giving you endless opportunities to organize, decorate, and elevate your garden with minimal effort. 10. Plant labels and markers. Now let's dive into something small but incredibly game-changing for your garden. Dollar Tree's plant labels and markers. At first, they might seem basic, just little sticks or tags, but they're essential for keeping your garden organized and thriving. Imagine walking into your garden and instantly knowing which plants are basil, thyme, or cilantro. No more guesswork or accidental mix-ups. These labels also allow you to track planting dates, growth progress, or special care instructions, which is especially helpful if you're managing a mix of herbs, flowers, and vegetables. And here's a fun tip. Don't settle for plain labels. Use a fine-tip marker, paint pens, or even stickers to make them colorful and stylish. You can even create themed labels for each section of your garden, like a herb corner or a flower patch. Suddenly, what seemed like a simple label becomes a decorative accent that ties your garden together. For just $1, you're getting organization, style, and a tiny but powerful tool that makes your gardening experience smoother, smarter, and way more enjoyable.
11. Small decorative fences. Next up, let's add a little charm and structure to your garden with Dollar Tree's small decorative fences. At first glance, they might look like tiny, simple barriers, but these fences can completely transform the vibe of a garden bed or a planter area. Picture this: a row of colorful mini fences separating flowers from herbs, or a whimsical border around a fairy garden setup. Not only do they define your garden spaces, but they also add a playful, curated look that makes your outdoor space feel thoughtful and inviting. Here's a creative tip. You can paint them to match your garden's theme or mix and match different styles to create an eclectic, magical feel. They're also perfect for indoor herb gardens, tiny succulent displays, or even for marking pathways in a larger outdoor space. For just $1, you're getting a decorative, functional, and versatile garden accessory that elevates your garden's style instantly without spending a fortune. Quick pause. If you're loving these tips so far, go ahead and hit that like button, leave a comment telling me your favorite Dollar Tree find, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Trust me, you don't want to miss the next items we have coming up. They get even better. 12. Plant fertilizer packets. Now let's talk about something that might not look flashy, but is absolutely essential for thriving plants. Dollar Tree's plant fertilizer packets. You might walk past them thinking they're just little sachets, but these tiny packets can make a huge difference in the growth, color, and overall health of your garden. Picture this: your potted herbs or flowers looking a little tired. One sprinkle of fertilizer, mixed just right with water, and suddenly they perk up. Leaves look greener, flowers bloom brighter, and your garden just feels alive. And here's a little secret. These packets are perfect for experimenting with small amounts before committing to larger doses, which is especially useful if you're new to gardening or working with delicate plants. A creative tip: label each packet with the plant type and date applied. This way, you'll know exactly what's been treated and when, making it easier to maintain healthy growth over time. For just $1, you're investing in vibrant, flourishing plants without paying for large, expensive fertilizer bags at garden centers. Small, smart, and super effective. 13. Seed packets. Next up, let's get back to the basics. Dollar Tree's seed packets. At first glance, they might seem ordinary, but these little envelopes are tiny treasure troves of potential. Imagine planting a small section of your garden with vibrant flowers, fresh herbs, or even easy-to-grow vegetables, all for just $1 per packet. Here's where the magic happens. Instead of buying fully grown plants, you're starting from seed, which allows you to customize the layout, spacing, and growth pattern exactly how you want. You can create themed patches like a colorful pollinated garden, a fragrant herb corner, or a mini veggie plot, and watch as your garden transforms from bare soil into a thriving, lively space. A little tip: don't just plant them randomly. Take a moment to plan your garden bed, follow the spacing instructions, and consider companion planting. This will help your plants thrive and reduce overcrowding. For just $1, you're not only saving money, but also cultivating a rewarding experience as you watch each seed grow into a healthy, flourishing plant. 14. Garden spray bottles. Now let's explore something simple but incredibly versatile: Dollar Tree's garden spray bottles. You might think it's just a spray bottle, but these little tools are game changers for keeping your plants healthy and looking their best. Picture this: a warm morning and you're misting your delicate indoor plants, succulents, or seedlings. A gentle spray provides the perfect humidity, keeps leaves dust-free, and even helps prevent pests. Beyond watering, these bottles can also be used for foliar feeding, spraying diluted fertilizer directly onto leaves to give them an extra boost without overwatering the soil. Here's a creative tip: label each bottle for different purposes. One for plain water, another for homemade organic sprays, or even a DIY insect repellent mix. This way, you stay organized while giving your garden a professional, high-end touch. And the best part? At just $1, these spray bottles are a cost-effective solution for multiple garden tasks, giving you flexibility, convenience, and healthier plants without breaking the bank. 15. Small gardening pots. Next, let's talk about small gardening pots from Dollar Tree. These might look ordinary at first glance, but they are incredibly versatile and perfect for adding charm and structure to your garden. Imagine creating a row of tiny herb pots on your kitchen windowsill, or aligning your patio with colorful flowers. These small pots allow you to mix and match plants easily, creating a dynamic, visually appealing display without taking up too much space. You can even paint, label, or decorate them to match your garden's theme, making them not just functional, but also stylish. Here's a clever tip: these pots are ideal for propagation. If you want to grow new plants from cuttings, these small pots give roots the perfect space to develop before transferring them to larger planters. For just $1 each, you're not only getting practicality, but also creativity and flexibility, letting you experiment with layouts, designs, and plant types without spending a fortune. It's all about turning simple items into something magical for your garden. 16. Plant drip trays. Let's dive into something small but incredibly practical: Dollar Tree's plant drip trays. At first glance, they might seem like a simple plastic accessory, but these trays are essential for keeping your garden neat, clean, and stress-free. Picture this: you've just watered your potted plants, and instead of water spilling onto your table, windowsill, or floor, a drip tray catches every drop. It's a simple way to prevent mess, protect surfaces, and keep your plants happy. But here's where it gets interesting. You can also use these trays to group small pots together, creating a mini plant station that looks intentional and stylish. Here's a creative tip: layer different colored or patterned trays to add a visual pop to your plant displays. You can even use them to propagate cuttings by placing small pots in the tray with water at the bottom to encourage root growth. For just $1, you're getting organization, functionality, and a touch of design all in one tiny item, making it easier to maintain your garden beautifully and efficiently.
17. Solar garden stakes with lights. Now get ready, this is the item that takes your garden from ordinary to absolutely magical: Dollar Tree's solar garden stakes with lights. At first glance, they might look simple, but the way they glow after sunset can completely transform your outdoor space. Imagine walking into your backyard as the sun sets and your garden lights up with soft, colorful glimmers. You can line pathways, accentuate flower beds, or highlight potted plants, creating a cozy, enchanting atmosphere that looks like it belongs in a magazine or a high-end garden show. And the best part? Because they're solar-powered, there's no wiring or extra electricity needed. Just set them in the sun during the day, and they automatically light up at night. Here's a fun tip. Mix and match different stake heights and colors to create depth and layers of light. Combine them with other plants or decorative stones for a whimsical, Instagram-worthy look. For just $1 per stake, you're turning your garden into a magical retreat, impressing guests and adding a feature that looks much more expensive than it actually is. Honestly, this is one of those finds where you'll wonder why you ever spent more elsewhere. 18. Mini garden decorations and figurines. Next, let's add a touch of personality and whimsy with Dollar Tree's mini garden decorations and figurines. You might think small statues or little animals are just cute extras, but they're actually a simple way to transform your garden into a story. Picture this, a tiny gnome peeking out from a flower bed, a small bird figurine perched among succulents, or even a little fairy hidden in your herb garden. These tiny touches can make your garden feel magical and inviting, creating little surprises for anyone who steps into your outdoor space. Here's a creative idea. Use these figurines to create themed sections in your garden. A fairy corner, a miniature forest, or a playful vegetable patch, all made unique with a few well-placed mini decorations. And the best part, for just $1 each, you're adding charm, character, and personality to your garden without spending a fortune. It's these little details that make your outdoor space feel curated, fun, and completely your own. 19. Garden twinkle lights for plants. Now let's talk about something that will add sparkle and life to your garden. Dollar Tree's garden twinkle lights for plants. These little strands of lights might look ordinary, but when woven through your greenery, they create a magical glow that transforms even the simplest garden setup into something special. Imagine draping them around potted plants, twisting them through vines, or highlighting the edges of flower beds. As the sun sets, your garden comes alive with soft, enchanting light, creating a cozy and inviting space that feels perfect for relaxing or entertaining. Here's a pro tip. Mix these lights with other decorative elements like miniature stakes or stones to add layers and depth. You can even place them in glass jars or lanterns for a creative centerpiece effect. At just $1 per strand, you're getting a budget-friendly way to instantly elevate the ambiance of your garden, making it feel warm, magical, and professionally styled without spending a fortune. 20. Decorative garden signs and quotes. Finally, let's end with something that adds personality, inspiration, and charm to your garden. Dollar Tree's decorative garden signs and quote plaques. These might seem like small accents, but they're perfect for giving your outdoor space a finishing touch that reflects your style and creativity. Picture walking through your garden and seeing little motivational quotes, playful messages, or themed signs nestled among your flowers and plants. They don't just decorate, they tell a story, set a mood, and make your garden feel inviting and unique. Here's a creative idea. Personalize these signs with a bit of paint, markers, or embellishments. You can create themed corners in your garden, like an herb section with fresh and flavorful, or a flower patch with bloom where you're planted. Not only does this make your garden more visually appealing, but it also adds a personal touch that feels boutique and high-end. For just $1, these decorative signs are the perfect way to tie your garden together, leaving guests impressed and creating a space that truly feels yours. And there you have it, 20 amazing Dollar Tree finds that will completely transform your garden this September without breaking the bank. From tiny planters to magical lights and charming decorations, these little treasures prove that style, creativity, and budget friendliness can go hand in hand. If you loved these tips, don't forget to hit that like button, drop a comment telling me which item you're grabbing first, and subscribe to Garden Homes for even more clever, budget-friendly garden ideas. Remember, gardening isn't just about plants.
It's about creating a space that feels like your own personal paradise, and with just a little creativity, even $1 can go a long way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll uncover even more hidden gems to make your garden shine.